wa maji. Sasa hizi wa maji, yeye ni waziri wa ardhi na infrastructure and housing. Karibu sana Tharaka Nithi.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Your Excellency. Asante sana, Your Excellency, the Governor. I think it's okay. Wachungaji wetu wa siku ya leo, familia ya Beatrice Mkatha, Nyaga, Tiffany and Ronnie, na the rest of the family, immediate na the larger family, watu wote wa Tharaka Nithi wakiongozwa leo na His Excellency the Governor Mutembei, mjumbe wa hapa na hawa wajumbe wetu wengine, marafiki yangu including Mama County Government Spokesperson, rafiki yangu Mwaura, and members of Parliament from outside Tharaka Nithi, all friends that have come. Mniruhusu tu, I stand on those protocols. I respect everybody who is here. I'm very privileged and honored to be here as a friend of Beatrice. And it's been long. Naona Tharaka Nithi hamnanga haraka. Kwetu tungekuwa tumemaliza. Kwanza naona kama PCA na ni kanisa yangu upande huu wako very patient. Nafikiri ni kwa sababu Beatrice was a women's guild and they decided to allow us a lot of room, a lot of space, tujiogereze wote, tuongee yale yote iko kwa roho mpaka tumpeleke nyumbani akapumzike. Thank you very much, Church, for that patience. I have come as her friend. We met in the 12th Parliament, 11th Parliament, sorry, because she was elected 11th Parliament as the first woman rep here, then the 12th Parliament, alafu hii ya mwisho sasa hii ya 13th Parliament, huyu Susan akaleta vipidire, akaongelesha watu, wakakubali ni yeye, and I'm happy that you remained as friends, kwa sababu it's not many times that opponents manage to become friends. That's maturity. Governor, you have a challenge now, because, and I know politics are hapa. Nimesikia, when seated there, I didn't know siasa imeingia kabisa, iko tayari, imeanza kuiva. Hapa Tharaka nimesikia iko nyingi. Let me say that Beatrice was really honorable. She deserved the name honorable. She was gracious. She was pure in the heart, kama binadamu. And I learned that also her political strength was these three people seated here. I had met the Nyaga and I had met Lonnie. I had not met Tiffany. But I know that there is one legacy that Beatrice has left: unity in the family. And despite the busy schedules of a member of Parliament, mwanasiasa hapa Tharaka, first woman to ever be in Parliament, just because there is space in the women rep seat. Naona ya kwamba you were the pillars behind her. The gap therefore will be large, but you have seen how Beatrice outside the family interacted with all these people. The testimonies here are sufficient evidence that Beatrice was truly a darling in the home and a darling outside the home. Na community here, Tharaka, was a great beneficiary of her generosity. One time when we came here, I asked her, Beatrice, how do you sustain your politics in a county that is so large? Hapa Tharaka yote, mina kuangalia hii mshahara yetu hapa. You are not doing any business, or your husband could be one of those with heavy pockets or what. Akaniambia, the way she maintains is that she uses her own savings mshahara yake, but she was so much into giving the vulnerable support, you know, food, clothing, visit the vulnerable families, including children. That was a strength. And I know that Mama County, you will continue with that. Na nimesikia pia unaondokea, unaingia ile viti kubwa. Yeah, also you have seen women have been elected governors, so lakini anza kujitayarisha, ni kazi. Therefore, also nasikia my friend Biuki, Kareke, Pato, wengine. Ninasikia hapa wakina mama tu wanang'ang'ania hii ya women rep. Hamuoni nafasi wao wajumbe wanaondoka kwa viti ambaye they are for the open seats for men and women. There has never been a woman elected here other than the women rep seat. Mimi nilichaguliwa mara 3 huko Kandara. And Kandara is quite conservative. I'm challenging the women to actually come together. Na sitaki niingilie siasa ya hapa sana, Kareke, msinipige. Najua mimi sisi sasa tumekubali sio wanasiasa. Lakini mjipange, mwacheni kupigania kiti moja ya women rep. Hata hizo vitu nyingine ziko open. Ndio at least you have one. In Murang'a tulikuwa na mimi, wakati mwingine tulikuwa watatu, Mama Ua, Ruth Maneki and myself. I know the members of parliament will understand me because I'm one of the serious advocates of gender equity. Gender equity. I still carry that card. Wakati huu mimi ni waziri wa ardhi, utendaji wa kazi ya serikali ya ujenzi wa kazi ya serikali, makao na miji. A very long title with 3 state departments. And I'm therefore going to encourage the family and the people of Tharaka, keep the spirit of Beatrice alive. I had the opportunity to come with her here. She was a member of Inua Mama, and that's why you see Akina Rehema wearing various hats as members of Inua Mama, where I was privileged to be their chair. Na tulichafua na tulifanya siasa, tulichapa debe kabisa. So these women are also clearly demanding to be in government by right. And among them was Beatrice. And I'm happy that His Excellency had recognized that effort and appointed her as a CAS. She was also our mobilizer. No, our whip within this county. When I asked the members of parliament to patieni one person, because anyway I was coordinating Murang'a and I was also coordinating nationally during our UDA. Na wewe nafikiri nimesikia ukisema watu wa UDA. Wewe ni kusema wewe you are one of those people who came late or never came. Kwa sababu watu wa UDA wanasemanga UDA sio UDA. Kweli ama si kweli? Yeah, isi ni UDA. Nimefikisha hapo, lakini ninakujua sasa wewe nimekupata. What Beatrice was doing was to also whip for the national politics in respect of this county and elsewhere, because she was very good at messaging. Alikuwa ndiye anatutumia tukitaka kumobilize enough members of parliament. Simulijua tulikuwa na press conference nini, mikutano mingi. She was one of our key mobilizers. And of course, in parliament, she was also a member and an official of Kenya Women Parliamentarian Association. Kathabi anajua, we served together. There are many things that have been said. And because of time, I would just say, I think all those things are the things we saw and know about our sister Beatrice. And we truly mourn with the family. I mourn with the family as her friend. I was feeling very challenged every time she came with her beautiful handbags, from yellow to blue to green, matching from head to toe. Siku moja nikamuuliza, no, Beatrice, why are you so mean? Of course, I knew she was not mean, because where do you get your beautiful handbags that match with your shoes every time and your dress? I can, if you like, I can take you where I buy. That day never came. I think we will find that place in heaven when I also join her. I think that we need leaders like this ones. We need leaders like Beatrice. And where we are going as a country, we need unity. And we also need to recognize hard work. And I'm glad that the people of Chuka were able to identify Beatrice as one of the very generous and hard-working members of parliament here. I don't know what were her plans in the future, but when you saw Akina Rehema giving their testimonies here, their eulogies, their tributes, you obviously saw that they are really truly feeling the loss. And as your chair, I know you appointed, I think you appointed another chair without my permission. So as your former chair, I will call you as a team to end the two, we mourn again and cry together, and then possibly we can visit Nyaga, because I know after this I agree with those who have observed that most of the times we leave and go, so that we can go and have tea with the family, and I will be available for that. Kwa hivyo Rehema, wewe sasa ndio utanimobilize. Wewe Rehema, na nimeona unafanya kazi mzuri na usiwache government spokesperson. Let me have my phone there. I have, before I read, I am the one bearing the message of His Excellency the President. And before I read that message, I also want to say what we are doing here, because 2 months ago I was here in Tharaka, na governor akajua ndiko area, akanipatia uhuru ya kutembea, kwa sababu nilikuwa nimekuja kazi ya wizara yangu ya title deed, because I want to say something about that. I know we went to Murugara's constituency, and we plan to go elsewhere within Tharaka. But we have a big challenge, because although we have titles that some are ready, some are being prepared, we have several cases. Hii maneno ya makesi inakuanga shida kwa utendaji wa kazi ya serikali. We have more than 10,000, 4,000, 3,000, 5,000. That's roughly like another 25,000 titles in our adjudication sections at imagine hapa iko ngumu kidogo, kwa sababu kadhangashini tulienda huko na tukapeana 10,549. tukapeana tuko na Kajoro B huko, tuko na titles 4,000, alafu Kamaguna, Karii, Kamonka, Kathanje, Kathingithu. Those titles have been Kamonka, Kathaje, and Nikari ama Nikarie, one of those. Kathingithu, those ones have not been finalized because of pending cases. Mungu napenda kesi sana. Ni lazima tukubaliane njia ya kumaliza hizo makesi ndio nipeane those titles. Hizo nyingine over around 17,000 we dispatched. Then kuna adjudication sections ambaye zinanipatia shida, and that's where I need the support of leaders, Governor, because we have disputes along the Meru and Tharaka boundaries. Administrative boundaries, they can't be county boundaries. If they are county and administrative, everything together, the leaders must be line number one to kubaliane how we shall deal, because the process of changing boundaries is very tricky. You require to go to parliament and get approval of more than 2/3. Na unajua kupata 2/3 sio rahisi. So but this should not be like we are changing boundaries. I think it's just to agree it is here so that we are able to release, ndio tutoe matitles. Na kwa sababu nilikuja hapo nilisikia hiyo maneno iko very hot na iko na shida. Kwa hivyo hapo I can challenge you that you are delaying my work, na pengine niite mkutano governor, mimi na wewe na county commissioner wa area hii, tukubaliane how the leaders will support us to agree, because there is nobody who can decide. The communities must be able to agree, but where there is no issue we shall proceed to give our titles. I think Murugara had really waited, those people had waited, na tunapeleka mpaka pale nyumbani so that we avoid the long distances. Hii ingine iko governor, unajua we are building what do you call it, it's good that people, kwa sababu nimeongea hapa watu wengi, ni lazima sasa mimi nitetee serikali kwa sababu bado kazi inaendelea. Hata siasa ikiwa ni nyingi, kazi inaendelea. Chuka Modern Market, the government secured 290 million for that market. That is a dummy. I'm pushing implementation iishe. Then Chogoria, we have ESP market, and we also have Gatunga ESP market and Marimanti ESP market. This was affected again by political issues. Hapo again siasa ikaingia, tukaiweka pending. Tumeweka pending title, tumeweka pending market. Sasa sijui nini ingine tutaweka pending. So mimi nasihi wajumbe mkubaliane how we can deal with that so that we deal with it. And then we have Chuka affordable housing. This is a project of 1.2 billion. Si hapa mnaona serikali bado inaendelea na kazi yake. Nipatie hiyo ingine sasa. Nataka niseme ya kwamba ni vizuri tusaidie rais wetu pale nchi iko. We need a lot of support, prayers for this government, for the president to continue to have grace and wisdom. Kuunganisha nchi yote sio kazi rahisi. Kuunganisha jamii yako inakuanga ni challenge. Sasa utoke kwa jamii uingie kwa community, constituency, from here to Lodwar to Mombasa to Vanga. Rais wetu akona kazi ngumu sana. Lakini tukiwa hapo sisi wote, sana sana sisi ambaye tulimtafutia kura, na sasa kuna wengine wamekuja ambaye ni wa broad based, it should be easier for the government to implement